Have you ever had a situation where the impossible was just like looming over you? What did you do in that situation? And what did you do to move forward to prevent that situation from happening again? Have I got just the story for you today? Welcome back, crime solvers, to yet another episode of Real Hair Crimes here on the Babe Hair Extensions YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. You never know when we're going to give something away. This is a great story about fusion hair extensions, and I'm super excited to share it with you. Now, fusion extensions excite me so much. I love them because they are 100% customizable. What do I mean by that? I mean, you can use the bond as a full bond. You can cut the bond into a half bond to make it slimmer inside the hairstyle. You can even cut a little bit off the top to have less keratin in the application. And you can even cut them down into super teeny tiny bonds to do microbonding for places like the hairline or on top of the head, the places where otherwise extensions probably should not or could not live. So fusions are great. And I have got a fun fusion story for you. And I literally, when I heard this story, I was like, wait, I didn't even know this. So we're all going to learn something new together today. Y'all ready? Here we go. So one stylist wrote in and said this: I had an absolutely horrid time removing a set of fusions. You know, they usually like slide out like butter. Truth. When you use your bond remover and your deluxe tool, crack it down, they usually pull right out of the hair super easily. Not the case in this story. After 3 hours of removing around 60 bonds, it's not a lot, and the biggest blisters of my life from the deluxe tool, I finally got them all out. After some investigation and drilling the client on every possible product that she used in her hair, and even asking the stylist who initially installed the application, which was thankfully Babe certified, they finally got to the reason, okay? The reason these bonds were so resistant was because the previous stylist had prescribed a keratin strengthening shampoo and conditioner. It seems like a really silly thing, like really trivial to like dork up your fusion extension removal, but keratin shampoos actually have keratin built into their formulation, and this formulation actually strengthened the bonds of the fusions. So if you didn't know already, our fusion bonds, our Babe Hair Extension fusion bonds, are actually made of a keratin protein. So the combination of the actual keratin protein bond from the fusions with the added like reinforcement from the keratin shampoo and conditioner made this bond like nearly impossible to get out of the hair. Like impossible. Like it was swimming upstream, walking uphill both ways, like all the cliche things, right? So it really actually like reinforced the keratin bond, making it really, really hard to get out of the hair. So moral of the story, moving forward, don't use products with keratin built in if you're especially using fusion hair extensions, unless you're prepared for the fight. So what is the real hair crime in this situation? And like I said, y'all, I would not have even known this. I've been doing fusions, like fusions are my life. I love them, but I didn't even, it never occurred to me. It just never occurred to me that actually a keratin infused shampoo and conditioner would actually reinforce the bond. So the real hair crime in this situation is the wrong shampoo and conditioner on the wrong method. And that just kind of goes into like, what do you actually use? Anything that you want to use for your client's natural hair texture and type. Remember that extensions don't get moisturized the same way as your natural head hair does. So it's not replenishing its oils just like your scalp would. So a lot of times they do tend to need a little bit more moisture than maybe even your natural hair would. So just kind of keep that in mind, but go with something that best fits their lifestyle and the way they shampoo. Just keep in mind certain things like our previous video, don't follow the TikTok trends about Dawn dish soap or anything like that. Like don't do any of that. Follow what your stylist recommends. But in general, usually a sulfate-free shampoo and conditioner, moisturizing mask here and there, perfectly acceptable. So as a stylist, just kind of think through all these things now that you know, and choose the best shampoo and conditioner for your client. How do we solve this crime? So there's like a bazillion things out there on the market, professional product wise. So you just want to be intentional about what you're actually choosing for your clients. Things that maybe have too much moisture could cause beads to slip, or things that obviously are keratin infused are going to cause your keratin bonds to just bulk up. So make sure that you're really intentional as a stylist on recommending the right products to your clients. Clients, don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to say, hey, now that I've got these extensions, is there a specific type of shampoo that I should be using? And follow your stylist recommendations. Sometimes it is a little bit trial and error, but a lot of times, like, we really do know what's going to be best. In this case, obviously, it made sense as far as like strengthening the hair, but didn't know it was strengthening the bonds. So, what are some best practices as well? There's a couple of things that I just want to kind of clue you guys into. Your at-home care is like super, super important. So we want to always be recommending the right things, and clients, y'all depend on us to like provide you with those. So sometimes if something doesn't seem to be working, just speak up and tell us, hey, you know, the shampoo that you have me on, I don't really feel like it's doing the job, or is there something that I could be doing different or better? Don't be afraid to ask those questions. Stylists, don't get offended when they do, because that is our job, is to help them and lead them on the path of extra beautiful hair, right? And now that you know that some of those just are not compatible, just choose your weapon. Choose the best weapon in the fight. Okay? So, moral of the story, no keratin shampoos with fusion keratin bonds. So, yep. I hope this helps you guys. It really helped me. When I heard this story, I was like, oh my gosh. So, here we go. Moving forward, we know what to recommend and what not to. What crimes will we come up with next? You'll have to wait and see. Until then, don't forget to check out our TikTok at Babe Hair and our Instagram at Babe Hair for more laughs and learns. Stylists, don't forget to check out our Babe U, our Babe U Solutions Academy on babehairextensions.com. Remember, you can get free videos, you could do a monthly subscription or a yearly subscription. There's a ton of really great tips and tricks on there. If you're a stylist, what shampoos and conditioners would you recommend to your extension clients? Leave them in the comments below. We have more exciting content for you guys coming down the pike, so stay tuned every week for more real hair crimes. Until next time, crime solvers.